Using blueprints in Unreal to house your characters and any components that may be attached to them is an easy way to simplify an otherwise complicated process of attachments and tracks inside of Sequencer. This drone, as it's going to each of these different environments, I'm talking about the narrative here, the function of the drone is to scan for the perfect landing spot for the colony ship. So what I want to do is, as this drone sort of descends and lands, I'd like around here towards the tail end of this first shot, I'd like the scanning laser to start emitting from the front of the drone itself. Now, this is one of the main reasons, if you look up here in the World Outliner, and you can see this in your project, that I've actually made this drone a blueprint. So let me go ahead and open this up. So this is our drone blueprint here. You'll see that I have two particle systems, all right, two components. I have the drone exhaust, and I have the drone laser up front. These are connected to the skeletal mesh itself, all right. Neither of them are have a socket. They're just sort of manually placed, since this is a rigid object except for these fins off to the side. They're not connected to that. So the drone laser's up front. I've filled it in with one of the Paragon assets for the drone, which was this scanning laser system. And the exhaust is another pre-existing particle system called Wingburst that was a part of this Paragon asset. So I have those set up, and this is the reason I've created this as a blueprint, as well as the spotlight up front that will emit this blue light, is so I can keyframe these values very easily. It's self-contained, it's a prefab, it's essentially a packaged actor that has these components already installed. Otherwise, in Sequencer, I'd be having to add these, attach them to the actor with an attached track. You know, it'd be a little bit more messy and disorganized. This way I can actually create tracks based off those components. So if I would like the laser to sort of kick in somewhere around here, if I go to track, and I go to my drone laser right here, and I've added that as a track here. And so that particle system now has a track, and I click on plus, and I say particle toggle track. I can actually add a keyframe to activate it. All right. And that will activate the laser. So let's go into game mode. Let's press play here. And we'll see that it's activated there at the end of the shot. It sort of comes to life here. And that's actually nice, because that can be useful as a cut point. You sort of see that at the very end here. See that right there? Which is good, because I can do a match action on that for my next shot with the laser being on, which is great. It's a little subtle there, but that's okay. I don't want it to dominate too much. But that's a particle toggle. So the same thing, if I wanted the exhaust to be on the whole time and then stop around here, like the jet sort of contrail exhaust stuff, at frame 0, I could once again add a track for my drone blueprint, add a drone exhaust track, go add a particle toggle track to that. And I could say at frame 0, that is activated. And it is going to keep activating, because this one is not a looping one. Actually, we'll do it one more time there. Just get a little kick there. Do it one more time as we come to a stop. There we go. You can sort of see it right at the tail if you look right there. And that's essentially how I'm going to add any sort of animated particle effect at any given point of time if I want to control that in the scene attached to my actor. Once again, you know, if I hadn't made this an actual blueprint and I just wanted to spawn these, you know, through Sequencer, I'd also have to attach them inside of Sequencer to just the skeletal mesh. Like, so if this was just a skeletal mesh opposed to a blueprint.